enter. Wave to the camera. Alright, let's do this.
Alright.
Two for now, whatever. I'll drink my coffee later. That's how I'll start my interview. I'll drink my coffee later. My name is Logan Riley Bruner. I am 24 years old. And today is the 9th of September 2021?
You've only done this twice before
yeah.
you said this.
I'm bad with dates. Today's the 10th of September 2021.
As of today, I have 1,182 followers on Instagram.
Oh wow, I've gone up by 13. I'm at 1,195. I've been fluctuating between that and like 1,200 for the past 6 months. Can't seem to crack that 1,200.
My most liked photo on Instagram is the announcement that I was going to be in season 3 of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Same photo, 235 likes, me on Maisel. Still an amazing memory, still an amazing time. Hard as fuck, but in the most rewarding way possible. There's been a lot of working really hard to produce things, and sleepless nights, and stress. There's also been a lot of joy. There's been a lot of just being able to do the thing that I love, and create art, and work with my friends, and yeah, it's been a really rewarding year. I think I've learned a lot too, so I'm happy about it. Blackwolves is a community of artists filled with respect and admiration for each other and the work that we're doing. A year ago, I thought Blackwolves was just a community of artists. And I think now it's really important to me that respect is really the center piece. I feel like I've worked on 1 or 2 sets in the past 2-3 years that I haven't felt that respect, haven't felt that love. I don't want that kind of experience to bleed over into Blackwolves. I think we've done a very good job of keeping our community very healthy and loving and really taking care of each other, and I want to ensure that it stays that way.
To me, Blackwolves is a group of artists that are coming together to create art that we don't see in the world. It was a way for us to continue to create and sponsor other artists, but also for us to kind of make our circle tight and feel like we were actually continuing to work with the same people that we liked working with.
Make our circle tight, that's important. That's really important. Good answer, Logan.
I think my favorite memory with Blackwolves is we were doing this show in 2018 called DNA. It was the first show that we went full out on our marketing. We had the entire cast create Facebook pages as their characters.
So lovely.
We made a bunch of transmedia. I think that's my favorite memory with Blackwolves. The first time I realized that it doesn't just have to be the show, it can be an entire world.
Still DNA, but the 2021 version this time. And it was just magic. It was getting to work with some incredible people. Getting to learn that we can make theater and film at the same time. It's kind of that same, theater doesn't just have to be theater, film doesn't just have to be film. We like film to play. But we ran it as a play, not as a film. It wasn't okay, we're going to do take one of this section. It's we're going to run this whole scene and just film the whole thing. Doing that and being able to do that on a project, that just turned out so good. It was really rewarding. It was a really, heartwarming experience for me, especially this year.
I think my favorite moment in my career is doing Vox Lux. It was my first major feature film.
Solid one. Great moment. Getting to see Vox Lux in theaters, also up there. I have 2 that I want to add. This year has been incredibly hard, but incredibly magical. I feel like my life has really changed a lot for a lot of reasons. And so there's one memory that I have of working on a project that I'm not allowed to talk about yet. And I was sitting with a friend of mine at our hotel and just processing this experience that I was having and processing the fact that I made this really great new friend on a set, which is something that hasn't really happened to me a lot. A lot of times I'll make friends on set, but it's been very rare that I've made super close friends. The last time before this one was Vox Lux, where I met Allison Wynn, who's actually a collective member. So that moment was pretty magical, getting to just experience that feeling of being a part of something and being in it. I think the second moment was getting to do Curious. And I didn't say it last year, but I think in the year that's gone by, I've really remembered how much that show meant to me and how much that family kind of meant to me. How those people really treated me as just one of their own, and we made art. I got to talk to two of the castmates from that last night. That was a really wonderful experience. So I think getting to be a part of Curious Incident at the Colorado Springs Fine Arts Center is the one that I'm allowed to talk about right now. That's kind of a favorite for me. My time, respecting it, understanding that it's valuable, and understanding that it is okay to say no to things, to give myself that permission to value my time, and to not feel like just because someone asks me something, I have to say yes. That's really important to me.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Great movie. Great movie. I have to have one that I didn't say last year, and it is actually a movie that I like more than Scott Pilgrim. I know, shocking. It's called Stuck in Love. It's a romantic drama about a family of writers, and I think as a writer I really love it. I adore that movie. I think it's so well written. And this year, Minari, I thought it was brilliant and beautiful, an incredible showcase of the kind of filmmaking you can do when you allow artists to make movies that they want to make and don't constrain them with rules about language, rules about dialogue, rules about the kinds of characters that we want to see on screen. So yeah, I think the two of those are definitely up there as my favorites right now. Tucci and Jones, Season 1, Episode 6, also known as the Tripping episode. I loved filming it. We had a very clear vision going into that one. We knew exactly what we wanted to do. And just shooting a video in an apartment where we were fogging the whole place up and like making it seem like an acid trip even though a character had only smoked weed was so funny to me. The improv that we got from Aaron on all the songs that he was doing were just making me laugh the whole night, and just having like 30 minutes worth of footage that we had just shot to cut together into a 6-minute episode of just the like really good moments was just such a rewarding experience. And I don't think that video has gotten the love that it deserves. So yeah, go check that one out. That's definitely my favorite. Blue! It's always blue, it always will be blue. I do not see a world where that changes. I am looking at you, me in the future, who changes that answer. You're wrong, it's blue.
I feel like blue's not specific enough, but blue, it's always kind of been my favorite color.
Yeah. Same. Blue, 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 blue. Fuck yes. All the time. Non-stop. Sometimes it's pressure to fulfill obligations. Sometimes it's pressure to not let people down. Sometimes it's pressure that I'm not doing enough. I constantly feel like pressure is a part of my life. And I am really working. The past like 3 or 4 months, I have dedicated myself to give myself a day off a week. Like a day where I just dedicate to not working, not creating, I will not field emails. I give myself a full day off, and it's been so hard. But I think it's really important to get myself to a place where I'm able to feel that pressure, but I'm also giving myself the permission to just like rest. To let that pressure drive me to work when it's time to work, and rest when it's time to rest.
All the time. I feel pressure like I'm not doing enough. I feel pressure like we're gonna run out of time before deadlines.
That's not changing, baby!
I've started meditating a lot to try and
I haven't meditated in 6 months.
It's a comp subscription going.
A comp subscription, and I'm still paying for it, not using it. Oh, it's great.
people who don't take the work they're doing seriously, people who don't care.
Also, I want to add one thing to that. It's people who don't use their heads. It's very easy to just take 30 seconds and just think. And I think that's something that's really gotten to me this year, is there have been so many times that I've looked at someone and been like, just what? We needed one thing. Why are you talking during a take? Why are you doing that? Why didn't you tell me you needed to switch batteries? Take 30 seconds when you're in the middle of working. I get it, people are stressed out, but use your fucking head. It gets me so aggravated when things end up taking longer than they need to or get more stressful just because someone didn't take 30 seconds to while camera's switching, I should switch sounds batteries. being aware of what's happening around you and aware of how you can make that process smoother is something that I really think we need more of.
I think I'd tell a year ago me to like really appreciate everything that you get to experience. I got to do one of the best shows of my career this year. I think don't rush, slow down, appreciate all the moments you have.
I still feel that to a certain extent. I think I've gotten a lot better at it. I definitely took the time to like enjoy the things that were happening to me when they were happening. But I think advice to last year, Logan, you're good. You're good. You've got it. I know you're stressed. I know you feel like you have a lot to do, and you do. But you've got it. You are fully capable of doing the things that you want to do. You have people who care about you and who want to help you. Ask them for help. Because the moment you ask them for help, they're going to look at you and ask you why you didn't ask them for help 3 months ago. So do that. Ask people for help and understand that you are capable of far more than you think you are.
Rafi Cassidy and Tony Shalhoub on Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
So this has changed a lot. Half of the answers are going to have to be bleeped out, so be prepared for the bleep out right now, but I got to work with some amazing people this year, and you can't find out any of them yet. But there is one person that I can say. We didn't say her last year because she wasn't as big as she is now, but she blew the fuck up this year. Dominique freaking Thorne. Biggest actor I have ever worked with, currently the star of a Marvel movie, was in Judas and the Black Messiah. I got to do Midsummer Night's Dream as the Oberon to her Puck. And that was just so much fun, and she has become just a freaking superstar in the years since I last did my interview. So shout out to her. A classmate of mine from high school is the biggest actor that I've worked with, and that is fucking awesome.
I'd like to add her to mine too.
First name that comes to my head is Edgar Wright.
Boom, baby. Edgar. Brilliant. Incredible. I also want to add from his latest movie, Last Night in Soho, Anya Taylor-Joy. If I got to work with that woman, I would cry. 2 more actors that I'm going to add are Sam Rockwell, who has always been one of my favorite actors, and very recently, Jake Gyllenhaal. I was talking to Jacob the other day. I did not realize until like maybe a year ago just how talented Jake Gyllenhaal is. I just kind of thought of him as movie star Jake Gyllenhaal. So to take this year to kind of realize how incredible he is and how much I want to work with him and how giving of an actor he is, that's something I'm really interested in being a part of. Fuck this question. I have to go with this one because it was the first name that popped into my mind and it feels right. Bo Burnham. He released Inside this year and it was just incredible. Every single song is great. Even if I don't listen to all of them anymore, there's some that I still listen to and some that I don't. Some that were just like first timers and like one timers, but that whole special is just magic. It is the epitome of what is possible when you put your mind to something and when you're just fully vulnerable. I remember watching that for the first time. I watched it with boys, but I watched it again with my mom. And she looked at me at the end and she just said, that was really hard because there were moments that I was afraid for him. And I really felt that. And I think that level of vulnerability is something that is so rare to see that I just have to applaud it when I see it. Wow, that's hard. I feel like there's so many artists that I respect and love that I can't be like, this one right here, that's my favorite. John Boyega, amazing. Viola Davis. Amazing. So good in the Suicide Squad. Yeah, I'm favorite this year, Boomer. That's locking it down. You and your time are incredibly valuable. You have every right to say no to things you don't want to work on. You have every right to say no to people you don't want to be around. You have every right to tell people that you don't want them as a part of your life, nor do you want to be a part of their life. And as extremely difficult as those 3 things are, you have to get good at them. Because there are going to be a lot of people going forward and in the last year who try and take advantage of you and take advantage of your time and treat you as less than, and that's not okay. So that's really what I would say I've learned. Do the work. Show up and do the work. That's what matters. I think there's a lot of people specifically in the last year that I've noticed that just kind of want to be famous or just kind of want it to happen. And I think it's so important to just show up and do it. Show up, make it happen, be kind, love other people, love the work that you're doing. If you don't love it, why are you doing it? Don't make other people's lives miserable because it's something you can do. This business should be full of joy and full of the love of creation. And if you don't like it, get out.
Don't let anybody trick you into thinking that they have this magical answer that's going to get you work, because they don't. People have knowledge, people have resources, people have connections, but no one has the magic golden egg that's going to put you in Hollywood.
No one has the magic golden egg that's going to put you in Hollywood. People have knowledge, people have resources. That is so important. There is no surefire way to be a working actor. There isn't. There is good marketing, there is good coaches, there is good training. There is no surefire guarantee. So if someone is looking at you and saying, I can guarantee that you're going to work, they can't. They can't. They can give you knowledge, and that is super valuable, but no one can guarantee you a job. Unless they're a $1 million producer that's looking at you and offering you a feature. So keep that in mind. In the arts world, I want to see fandoms chill out. Just in general. Star Wars fandom, Marvel fandom, wrestling fandom for all of us in the world of sports entertainment. Just in general, fandoms need to chill out. No more death threats for actors, please. No more death threats for creatives. Don't tell people to kill themselves if you don't like the movie that they made. That's really inappropriate. I think the amount of diversity that I have seen come into the field this year makes me very happy. I would like to see more. But I think we're on the path to that. I think that movement is happening. The thing that I really want to see us do now is reminding audiences that artists are people. And that the people that you watch on TV are not just people on TV. And I think Twitter has made that a major problem. So that's something I want to see change. Fandoms, chill out.
So I think the arts world really needs to shift in a direction of letting everyone tell their stories rather than just letting white men kind of run the whole thing.
There have been some great movies this year that have really moved in a direction of diversity that I'm very happy about. So I'm glad that I'm seeing that happen. Oh, I'm so ashamed of TikTok. It's TikTok. I swore the app off last year. I wasn't going to do it. Then I went viral on TikTok a little bit, and then I got hooked.
Instagram and recently Robinhood. I got really into stocks during the pandemic because it was...
I'm not on Robinhood anymore. Instagram has changed to TikTok, and Robinhood has changed to Public because I got mad at Robinhood during the AMC boom. So I switched to Public, and I like that a lot. It's like a social media stock app. So check it out, Public. I'm on there. Follow me. Saying no. I said it earlier, the biggest thing I'm struggling with is saying no. It's telling people that my time is valuable, it's telling people that I can't see them or I can't work with them. I'm struggling with saying no, but it's something that I'm really striving toward.
I think anxiety. Anxiety about the future, anxiety about...
I was so stressed last year. You can't tell in this video, I am just like a ball of panic attack. Pretty much non-stop at this point.
Definitely put me in a little bit of a quarter-life crisis, but I think that's the thing that I'm kind of working through right now is how to take every day and make it mean something, even when I don't have these big goals that I can like charge toward.
Baby, it's going to be another 6 months of that quarter-life crisis, so just settle in.
Make a fuck ton of art.
Yep.
Then again, there's also the whole could solve world hunger thing. So to actually make the world a better place would be a better use of the money.
Oh my gosh, you're so humble. Yeah, it's a blank check. You can do whatever you want with it. I donate to a bunch of organizations and then World Hunger. I also donate specifically to Beam, who we helped with Zoom for Change, because they're an amazing organization. And then I use all the rest of the money from the blank check to create art, because I can do both of them. I don't have to pay it's a blank check. Hey dude. How's life? Things changed a lot? I feel like they have. You are so incredibly terrified right now of what's about to happen next. And I hope and pray that you are happy. that's just all that I ask, is that you are filled with joy and surrounded by people you love and surrounded by the work that you love. I hope that this year has brought you so many good memories and so much love. I'm rooting for you, kid. Beautiful. I'm Logan Riley Bruner. Thank you guys so much for watching my interview. Welcome to season 2, baby! I'm excited to share with you guys the rest of these interviews. We got Jacob and Jeremy coming up soon. But until then, if you want to follow me, check me out at Logan Riley Bruner on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. I'm everywhere. Follow Blackwolves on Instagram and YouTube. And until next time, hug your friends. Tell people you love them. Say you love somebody more. Love should not be saved for romance. Love should be expressed in all your relationships. I've been telling my friends I love them more, and I want to keep doing that. So tell someone you love them.